Welcome back to News Across Nigeria. To the southwestern part of the country now, the blacksmith is a craft, so blacksmithing is a craft that continues to play a significant role in the expression of human experiences. But studies show that interest in blacksmithing appears to be waning in Nigeria. This report takes us to Oyo State, Oyo Town, southwest Nigeria, where residents continue to keep alive the customs and the tradition.
Oyo Town, southwest Nigeria, is one of the very significant towns in the state for many historical reasons, one of which is that it served as the capital of the Oyo Kingdom in the 1830s.
Oyo, as a geographical entity, comprised of Oyo and so many other towns. Majority of the towns in the whole Oyo State, the whole Oyo State that comprised of Osun State now, we could say the then Western region, Ogbomoso, Osogbo, Oyo, Ede, Ibadan, the Barapas, the Okioguns, and so on and so forth, who had their political capital then during the empire in Oyo Town. So that is how significant Oyo is. And that was why the state was named Oyo State.
The traditional head of the town is the Alaafin, who is usually highly revered by the people. As at the last count, population here was less than 1 million people, most of whom are farmers, who still rely on locally fabricated tools for their operations. Fabrication of these local tools is the exclusive preserve of certain families in the town, so it's not an all-comers affair. The blacksmith, known locally as Agbedes, have over the years developed a craft and mode of communication. The sound generated here send coded messages decodable by members only, and it appears the dogs also understand. They usually begin work from sunrise to sunset, and it encompasses a show of strength, endurance, and craftsmanship, which is why women are usually exempted. This is a man's job. It's not for women, though they could assist us in other areas, but it's a man's job. It requires much strength, which a woman might not have. Unfortunately today, this craft that has provided revenue for them over the years appears to be fading away gradually, faced with myriads of challenges. We need God's help in this job we're doing. The materials we use are now very expensive and the business is slow. We need government intervention. Not too many members of the family are attracted to the craft anymore, since it lacks government support. There is therefore need for redirection in order to make it attractive and lucrative again. Chris Elems, Channels Television News.
The Abia State government has commenced the Return to Farm program with plans to redirect organic farming in large-scale commercial quantity. According to the Commissioner for Agriculture, Mr. Uzo Azubike, the idea is to plant crops that will be acceptable globally. He says the state is embarking on a massive plantation of oil palm across all the local government areas where the communities will be co-owners of the plantations.
All our plantations, except the one at Ohambele, were planted between 1960 and 1963. So since then, nothing much has been done. That is why under Dr. Ziba's administration, we have decided that not only we are going to plant unplanted areas, we are going to cover at least 50,000 hectares by the arrangement we have made for ourselves, and now begin to replace these trees that have already aged. Now my calculation, based on even 8,000 hectares of the unplanted area, which we must do now, and projected over 7 years, the first 3 years will be development. From the fourth year, it begins to yield. Between the fourth and the seventh year, on that size of land alone, we are getting, on the present side, on the present price, we are getting about 15 billion naira between fourth, fifth, and seventh year on 8 hectares alone. Not to talk of if we are able to meet our target of getting 50,000 hectares. And now organizing the management of our oil palm sector in Abia State. Then we will not have need again to depend on money from the Federation account.
And that's it for this edition of News Across Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.